Yeah, where are all my people in the madhouse? I'll be a guide, climb aboard and sit your ass down. Don't worry, there's no need to fear when you hear. You know we're right here. We got the crew and we're ready for a game time. You're not ready to step inside a deranged mind. Yeah, this is what you came here for. We got machinima news and fuck yous. It's the goddamn ward.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Wardcast. Every Monday we bring you the latest in video game news, talk about survival horror, machinima, and what's going on at the Ward. I'm one of your hosts, Shaun Clark, alongside Jazz Rich.
It does. Alright, hi!
Wow. Technical issues right out the gate. Everything was fine until we hit record.
It was perfect, and then it just wouldn't record.
I can hear it.
No, shut up!
And Alec Funnell.
Regina, I'm heading out to investigate the underground.
Finally.
I don't even want to know what that was. I'm afraid.
You'll find out in post.
Oh, wow. Okay. So I'm going to kick things off today by reeling things back a little. Last episode, I dove into some real-world issues that I feel kind of bogged things down a little bit, and then I doubled down on that by promising that I was going to continue to talk about that kind of content over the next couple of shows. And it hit me that that's not what this show is. You know, this is all depressing, infuriating bullshit that's kind of going on in the world. What?
Are you sure?
You shut your face. You shut your goddamn mouth. Wow. But no, we do this show to kind of escape that kind of stuff. So, you know, we're here to have a good time, not deep dive into all the negative bullshit that's going on in the world. Plus, there's enough to complain about in the video game space without having to tackle that stupid shit going on elsewhere. But I mean, shit like that will come up periodically, you know. Hey, you shut your face.
Sounds like his face is shut.
But basically just the stuff that I was going to address before, it's just downer material revolving around cancel culture and just like an influential society and all these things that are going on politically and whatever. And all I'm going to say today is just think for yourself. You know, don't jump on board with popular or self-righteous opinions. You know, form your own opinions using common sense. Try to be a good person and genuinely try to be inclusive and equal and fair in everything you do. You know, think about the actions that you do today, but also think about like how those actions are going to influence the future. And, you know, these ideas can be implemented in current events or in just today's gaming environment. You know, just you've got a mind of your own and you have a voice. I urge you to use them in constructive ways as a leader, not as a mindless follower. And if you need more context as to kind of what I mean, just like look at the news, look at the media, look at video games. There's a lot going on in the world. Some of it's good, a lot of it's really bad. So just ask questions, have conversations, and speak your own personal opinions in all matters of life. You know, it's really important. I feel like we're moving away from that and everybody's just jumping on the bandwagon and going with the flow. And if anything's complicated or requires any kind of effort, people don't want to deal with that shit. And it really bothers me. And that's really the big point I wanted to get across anyways. And we'll just leave it there. Use your brain. Think. It'll be fine. And then next week,
weird Shaun's Corner.
Next week, I'll bitch about the stupid bullshit that's going on over at Twitch. And we'll go back into the normal things. Yeah. Alec.
How's your dog, man?
How's your dog?
I don't have a dog.
How's your dick?
It's 39 inches long.
Oh, wow. How was your week?
It's time for wool. So I played more Devil May Cry 5. I think I'm up to mission 8 now, something like that.
On what?
Mission 8.
On what? On what game?
Mission 8.
Mission 8 what? Of what?
Of the 8
Mission 8 of Devil May Cry 5.
Thank you. Jesus.
Point 8. Devil May Cry 5.8 edition.
And what do you think? You son of a bitch.
It's getting better.
Hmm.
V.
Well, V's a piece of shit. Outside of that, it's a good game.
I kind of want to play Dante really soon. Otherwise, I'm gonna lose all hope for it. But yeah. And what the fuck has happened to Lady? She is completely different.
How do you mean?
Just looked completely different, and the only redeeming character was her eyes. And I was just like, I go back to DMC4 and like her tits are huge, and I go to DMC5 and her tits are normal.
Call that the Lara Croft syndrome.
It's like, what happened there?
I'd say it's because it's 2020, but I think that game came out last year.
2020.
2020.
Preemptive 2020 strike.
Well, whatever a bra size is, should be the same, damn it.
She's a lady.
It can't be small and then big and then small again.
Sure
don't
they
know
can.
that.
She gets
If
a lot of
dicks
plastic
can do
surgery.
it.
What?
So I also kind of played Final Fantasy VII Remake after getting it the other day.
Kind
The
of.
only problem is, yeah, kind of, because I was gonna play it, but then the sound on my current TV is shite. So this brings me to buying a TV this
Yay.
week. Yay!
Woo.
Yay, yay.
Only to receive an email from the person I bought the thing from saying we've got no stock of this TV. How about a older TV for the same price? No,
Yes, please.
no, I'm not stupid. I'm like, yes, I am stupid, but I'm not stupid because I've done 3
I am
days of
stupid.
research.
Just not that stupid.
I've done 3 days of research into this TV. I was like, yes, this is the one I wanted. And then suddenly, no one has it. Damn it, why advertise it on your websites?
Damn it, Chris.
So I was so annoyed, I decided to get some platinum limbs.
Real ones?
No.
Of course not.
Straight up bought actual platinum from a metal store.
Yeah. So I got my 18th platinum for Mr. Masaji.
I thought
Point
you already
and
got
dick.
that one.
No. I do now.
Congratulations.
So yeah, that's basically a point and dick dating simulator. Best part was dating a pillow and a jar of mayonnaise.
Dating a pillow and
A jar of mayonnaise.
like dating, like going out with a pillow
Yeah, so you're on a date with a pillow
and a jar of mayonnaise.
and a jar of mayonnaise.
What?
It's because it's the same makers of My Name is Mayo.
Okay.
Why does that? How is that supposed to be an explanation?
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Is that another one of your stupid platinum names?
Yeah, that was like the first
Wow.
very stupid platinum.
My first was a mayo jar.
Anyway, I got my 19th platinum, Nibbler, or Nibbler, or whatever you want to call it.
If you can't pronounce it, you can't have it as a platinum.
Yeah, it's not real.
Yeah.
It's not real unless you can say it.
It's pretty much an interactive art museum game, so you just go left and right, very slowly following a ghost child.
Do you find
Into a
any
picture.
enjoyment getting these platinums?
I will tell you in a minute. And I got my 20th platinum.
Platinum.
Winter's Daydream, where you simply make sure that the autoplay feature is off, and then you press X for half an hour, and then you get a platinum.
You're just
So yes, I
throwing-
do get satisfaction because I beat you. Yes, it's over. I won.
You're just paying money dollars to win. You're the worst kind of person.
I won.
Did you really?
Did you?
Yes, I did.
Did you
I did.
really?
I did.
At what cost? Can you even look at yourself in the mirror anymore?
Probably about 50 quid.
Wow. We fucking complain about pay to win all the time. By we, I mean me. And this is what you do.
Well, yeah, I win. That's what I do.
Okay. You enjoyed that victory.
I'm still at 4 platinums, and they were 4 games that I really love.
Boom. There you go.
Except for Last of Us 2 or Life is Strange 2, but
Wow.
I liked it, but not as much. Yeah.
All that's left to say is like, I win again.
Even the games that I play that I don't like, that I get the platinums on, like I still have to work to earn those. Piece of shit.
You're like, even the games that I win. Fucking wow.
Jazz. How
No.
was your week?
Horrible.
Did you win anything?
Did you pay for any platinums?
I won a lot of things. Your respect was not one of them.
It's okay. Alec didn't win that either.
Oh
No. In fact, he gave it away.
wow. Oh, wow. I actually feel like I lost something this week.
Is it your religion?
No, I never had that. Life is bigger than me.
God damn it.
I didn't do much actually. Work is still work. Still doing that. Actually, that's not true. I had Wednesday
Work's still
off.
a thing.
Yeah, work's still a thing. I keep trying to cancel it, but it keeps fucking showing
It
up.
keeps coming back.
So, once again, everybody, somebody's supposed to come back to work next week.
Yeah, I don't believe you.
Just stop not thinking it's gonna happen. Just think like everyone's gonna be missing, and it's just gonna be...
That's what I've been doing. But so every time somebody says it'll be better next week, it's not. But so with this girl coming back, I'm doing air quotes, but with this girl coming back, and my mom's coming back too, but she can't do like what we do. We are we're changing our hours. So every Monday I'm supposed to start at 1 p.m. So I don't work in the morning on Mondays, and I get every second Thursday off. Now I said, if this girl does not come back, because people have not been coming back, I'm still fucking coming in at 1 o'clock on Monday, so everybody can get fucked. I'm not going in at 8 o'clock. Fuck that. Fuck that. So that's cool. I get to work less.
I want to work less.
Well, it's still like 5-10 hour days, but now one of them is 5 hours, so work less, play more. Speaking of play, I've been playing Last of Us 2. And and then I went back to play Last of Us 1.
Wow.
Tune in for episode 100 of the Wardcast when I finally finish playing Last of Us 2, because every time you think it's over, it's not. And then you're like, okay, well, this time it's actually almost over. And it's not. And then you're like, okay, well, tonight I'm going to finish it because I didn't finish it yesterday, but it's almost over. And then it's not. So, yeah, I just went back to the first one. I played through where I was, which is right before you get to the diner with David. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna play some music, and I'm going to fuck shit up as Ellie, and I'm going to, like, rage to, like, make up for Last of Us 2. And then I played some Greedfall.
Make up for it.
Yeah.
You say that like it's a terrible game. It's not.
It's not a terrible game. It's just I wanted to play as Ellie, and that's what I'm doing now. But like little Ellie with a bow and shooting people in the face, and then getting my arrows back and shooting them again. So that's fine. Then I play Greedfall. Not green. Greed. Again.
Greaseball.
And the novelty's starting to wear off a bit with Greedfall, but
oh no.
Well, I think
so
it's
I bought that game for nothing.
No, it's good. It's just I think I was like I wanted to play something with more of a story, and Greedfall has a story, but because you can choose your own path and do so many different missions, it's like you stand there for 20 minutes going, which one do I want to do? Do I want to go all the way over there or over there? What do I do? So I think when I get back home later, I'm gonna play something with like a story mode, and not Last of Us 2.
Something with a story mode. You're playing a game with a story mode. There's too much story. Isn't that the problem?
Last of Us 2, there's like 5 stories going on, and I can't pick one.
I did learn that. I know, like I figured out why that game is so goddamn big. It was supposed to be an open world game, and they ended up not doing that.
Because they have to accommodate for Abby's arms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had to make room.
She's armed and dangerous. I feel like I played something else. Wait, we played more Zombie Trilogy. Cause, yeah, I like
Oh,
that I'm
that
telling
terrible
you guys
game.
we did that. We got the bottles.
We found the bottles.
The
You
bottles.
mean
The
the you know
bottles.
what game?
You know what?
You know what?
You know what?
You know what? I won.
No, you didn't.
What do you mean you won? You won what?
I won.
What are we talking about?
I won because I got a participation trophy for showing up. Yep,
Great.
that makes me a winner. We're all winners. But
Great.
Shaun won.
What?
Sorry.
What?
You won. You are the winner.
Great.
And I got a little bit of updates. Since I've got my shiny new laptop.
Yay.
I'm like stroking the laptop right now. Shiny
That's
new laptop.
inappropriate.
Shut up, you don't know.
We're not on
Maybe get
Pornhub.
electric shock.
We're not on Pornhub, and we're never gonna be on Pornhub.
We
I've
are
been doing.
so going to be on porno.
I recorded a bunch of lines for someone, and then
Why does that passive aggressiveness seem aimed at me, even
Nope.
though I know it's not me?
it's not you. I'm not. It's not passive aggressive. I did lines for someone. I just don't want to say who because I don't want to spoil their project. But basically, it's Dante. Just kidding.
Speaking of, before I forget, we're clearing his name. He's not a pedophile that we know of.
He said that a long time ago.
I know, but he
Okay,
gave me
I will-
shit for throwing him under your bus.
'Cause I told him you did that. So
Yeah.
I threw you under the bus. You threw him under.
Wow, and
So
you're the
everybody can-
driver.
Yeah. I want everybody to be under the bus together
Mm,
because that's how we roll. Because the wheels on the bus go round and round.
God damn it!
So
So now
I'm
I'm gonna have to add
clear-
it to the playlist.
do it.
It's
I'm
already
gonna
on
clear
there.
his name once and for all. So we're joking about Dante being a pedophile, but he's not. Listen,
As far
he
as
did-
we know.
when I sent him those lines, I literally just told him, for anyone who's not sure what we're talking about, because if they haven't watched that video, they're like, what the fuck do they keep going on about?
That's true.
In the video for Jody, is it Jody Goes to School or something like that? I don't
How do
remember.
you not know the name of your video?
Are you, do you want to go over relevations again?
Wow.
So when we recorded that, or when I wrote that script, I had the Marvin voice in my head because the guy just stared right at Jody from like the side, and he was just looking really creepy. And he's so tall and she's tiny, so I was like, okay, he looks like he'd be thinking like, oh, that ass. So I asked Dante, because you weren't there, or I don't remember. You had like your teeth thing. You had something with your mouth.
You had a great big dick in your mouth.
What?
Exactly.
You went.
Whatever floats your boat.
Jesus.
So I asked Dante, I'm like, are you able to do anything like close to the Marvin voice? And he's like, well, yeah, I can probably like do like really close to it. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, these are the two lines, dad ass, and no, still though. So he had no idea what the response line was. He had no idea of anything. So Dante was cast as a creepy pedo dude without knowing anything about it. So this is officially me clearing his name. And from this point on, if anybody makes jokes, well, too bad, because yeah, it's out there.
If anybody calls you a pedophile, Dante, it's not our fault. We wash our hands of it.
That, and we get called worse. So
It's funny too, because like you almost had me do that ass line or whatever with the Marvin voice, and I didn't end up doing it for yours, but I ended up doing it anyway for Dante's. What the fuck? Are you guys writing the same scripts? What's happening?
listen, Dante and Alec and their love letters. I don't know.
Is that what that was? Is that a love letter to the Jody
probably
video?
not.
Or
Probably not, because I just thought that ass, and
which in turn is a love letter to my New Adventures of Old Mega Man, for the record.
I want to watch that.
I was actually thinking of
Wow.
this line. I was thinking, yeah, what is that? Even though I put
Wow.
I literally put like a clip
I
from
remember
that
the
video.
days when you had my back, Jazz. What the fuck?
I put a clip of that video in the Jody video, so obviously I know what it is.
Do you?
No, I was thinking of this video I saw a long time ago with Barney, and like Barney does the rainbow thing, and he's like, dad ass, and all the kids are like, dad ass. That's what I was thinking
Wow.
of, just dad ass, though. And the Marvin voice just kicks in my head when people talk about ass because he is one. I don't know. Sean, how was your week? How's your ass?
Fine.
Oh, cool.
Thanks.
Time for some news. Time for some ass.
Wow. My week kind of sucked ass.
Great.
Full circle.
Like Alec.
It's a circle of ass.
Yeah, it was fine. It was blah. It went by fast. I guess
It
that's
was
something.
blah.
It was blah. What did I do? I watched The Office. Oh God, I watched one episode of The Office, the BBC one, the British one.
Why?
It's real bad. Exactly.
It
I
is.
don't know why it's bad.
People are like, watch that. It's so good. And you'll love it more than the American one. And it's just like, Ricky Gervais is
Yeah,
not
I hate
funny.
that guy.
He's not
He's not.
funny.
not.
It's just, it's so awkward. Well, I mean,
If it-
to be fair, so is the US version, but it's just like as bad as like the awkwardness and shit is for that version, it's like amplified 20 times over for the UK version.
And it's exactly the same. Like, the characters look the same. They're exactly the same.
Well, it's weird though, because it's very confusing because some characters have the same names, some of them don't. And it's like everybody is supposed to be the same person. I don't know. It's just fucking weird. And it's like the same jokes are there, but they're different. And it's confusing my brain.
You would think the British one was funnier because British shows are always funnier without trying. But no, it was just as weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've
Yeah.
seen the Office US and I found that funny. And
It was.
Yeah,
I mean-
I liked the US one, but that one even it took a little bit at first. It kind of gave me that same kind of awkward humor, like weird. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it kind of a thing, but it wasn't at that level. Like I could tell that I just needed to kind of give it a chance. But the UK one, I'm just like, oh no.
Oh, no.
But it's just weird because it had to have done well enough to be brought over and remade for the US. So I'm just wondering, like, who watched this? Why?
Or it was so shitty that they had to bring it over.
Yeah, they're like, we need to fix this
We
immediately.
gotta save this.
this
Get
is
us
shit.
Steve. Put
Let's
Steve on the phone.
phone.
Get Steve and Jim and let's go. I mean, whatever his name is, not Jim.
Tim?
What?
No, what?
What?
One is Ricky Gervais is not funny.
I'm not doing it. I was going to do it, but I
Do it.
didn't do
Do
it
it.
for you, Alec.
Do it,
You're
please.
welcome.
Here's a question for you guys. If you see if you see a movie trailer, you're like, "Ooh, I'm gonna watch that," and then it comes up with Ricky Gervais in it. Do you ever go like, "Yeah, no"?
You know what?
I've never personally had anything against that guy in particular, but I mean, at least to the point where I'm like, oh, he's in it, I'm not going to watch that. He seemed fine. I haven't seen him in a whole lot of things, but now that I've seen him in The Office, I'm like, no.
See, I used to be like that with Will Ferrell. I was just like,
What? Well, to be fair, I can totally understand that, actually. I like him, but I can see how he would be annoying to others.
I hate Will Ferrell.
It's fine.
I
I
can't.
accept him in the Lego movie.
where he's like
actually
in the
made me
most
laugh.
not him role he's ever done.
Yeah.
He made me laugh in The Office because his character was just so fucking weird.
But that's typically
then-
how he is.
I know. He bugs me. But Steve Carell too. Like I could never stand Steve Carell movies and Will Ferrell movies. But The Office, I don't know. At first I hated him, and then Michael Scott grows on you because he's just so relatable. Sometimes, like he's a big kid. He's got toys on his desk, and he's just stupid. But like other than Zoolander, Will Ferrell, I can't. Like, I don't know.
It's really weird because those two actors and the characters that they play are so similar that I feel like you would hate or love both of them or none. Like, I don't know. It seems strange.
I don't know.
Anyway, back to your week.
Yeah.
Did I have a week?
Will Ferrell. Back to your week.
I watched more Game of Thrones. I watched Comic
Why?
Book Men again. Hey, Game of Thrones used to be good, okay? I'm watching the good stuff right now.
And now you know it's not going to end good, why do you continue to watch it?
I
Game
even
of
bought that
Thrones.
shitty season. Well, I told you guys I'm watching it with my mama, so she can suffer.
But there's so many other good things to watch, like porn. You
Look,
can watch porn with
there's
your mum
porn
together.
in Game of Thrones. It's
There's
fine.
porn in
that's-
everything, Sean.
Yeah, I know you can't escape it. I mean, Game of Thrones it used to be one of my favorite shows. It's not my fault they ran that shit into the ground. It used to be so good.
It is your fault.
And the last season, it's bearable. Like, it's still entertaining. It's just the going on this fucking whatever 8-year journey with this show. I was expecting more. The way that they end it was not satisfying at all. So that's the problem. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. We'll just put it that way, I guess. But yeah, fuck you. Yeah, and then I started watching Comic Book Men again because it's fucking great. Have you seen that? Do you like Kevin Smith? Probably not.
Who?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he wears a hockey jersey everywhere.
Yeah.
And when I wear my hockey jerseys, Beth calls me Kevin Smith, and then I get mad and take it off.
So you don't like him?
I do. I just don't. I don't want to be called him.
That's
Well,
fair.
You heard it here, folks, on Wardcast 93.3 FM. If you want to have Jazz topless, just say whoever it
Wow.
was.
Why? Why do you got to do that?
Because it's fun.
For you?
Yeah.
Anyway, I
Because I
played
won.
some games too. I played that Zombie Army Trilogy. Wow. That game is good.
Painful to play.
Excuse me?
It is painful to play.
No, you're the worst.
That's because you keep getting yourself killed.
That's true.
I'm okay with that.
Wow. But hey, we actually made progress this time. How about that?
Did we?
We found the bottles and we beat 3 chapters.
Found a bottle
That's
right
good.
here.
And we got the collectibles. Unlike the last couple of times we played where we fucking accomplished nothing. Progress.
Well,
It's
that's
good.
because you stuck it on the hardest mode.
We almost beat that level, okay?
No.
First one.
Yeah, we were at the end. We were almost there. And then we stopped. And then everything
Sure.
got deleted. So it's not my fault. And at some point, we're going to have to go back and go through it on hard. So,
Hey,
I mean, there's a trophy.
but I won the platinums. We don't have to get the trophies
Wow.
anymore.
I'm still getting trophies because I do it for me. God damn it.
I'm getting trophies because Sean makes me get
I
trophies
get-
when we're playing games.
A sense of accomplishment.
I just don't get yelled at.
Wow.
Well,
do it.
enjoy always having the bronze medal.
don't wanna lose my job.
Hey, my score, my profile score on PlayStation is higher than yours, and your lifetime trophies, you only have 1 more than me. And I've been playing real games, so you can fuck off.
Oh, it's funny. My lifetime trophies, I only have 1 more than my 2020 trophies.
What?
So
What?
I have 5 trophies in total.
Hey, it's still you're getting better.
No.
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 I also played Degrees of Separation with Jazz.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Butterfly Dicks.
What?
We actually played this time. Butterfly
Yeah, it
Dicks.
actually worked. We could actually play the fucking thing this time. Or as I like to call it, scarf collecting
collector.
simulator.
Yeah.
Because that's what the fuck it is.
Fashion Simulator 2020.
That's so weird. Like, why? Why is that what you do? The first time we got a scarf, I thought it was a collectible. I didn't know that was the game.
I thought it was just to open the door. They were like, use a scarf and you can open the door. And we're like, all right, cool. And they're like, okay, keep doing that.
Forever. Do
okay.
it 3,000 more times. Go.
We can't
Have
even
fun.
open this door and we can't get that scarf. What the fuck?
We played it for like 2 hours and got no trophies at all.
Yeah.
Unacceptable.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like we're not going to get through that game because it's really repetitive.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
And there's no
I-
platinum either. So it's not
it's
even
more like
fucking
a
worth it.
puzzle game, but it's still fun to play. And
Yeah, I feel like we're just going to have to space it out. You know?
I really wouldn't want to imagine playing that on my own.
Oh no.
Like I've played Brothers, the
well,
the
that was
Brothers
fun.
game. It was fun, but like I've played that where you're controlling two at once, and I can
Yeah.
barely focus on one character.
Oh, you had
so,
trouble
like,
with it? Oh.
I just, I watch one thing and then I start focusing on one character, and the other one's just running into a wall or like getting
Wow.
killed by a bear or something.
I thought that game was actually more fun to play by yourself when you're controlling both at the same time. I thought they did it really well.
It is, and I did get through it, but it was just really hard to play, to focus on. So I can't imagine like this one where you have to, like, I don't know. They're not on the same screen. They're kind of like split screen. It's hard.
Yeah, sometimes.
Never uninstall it, please.
What? I'm not gonna.
Okay, good.
I paid money dollars for that.
True.
Yeah. No, again, it's not terrible. It's just really repetitive because, again, all you do is get scarves over and over and over and over again. There's only so much you can take in one sitting.
Wear one scarf. Why would you want so many?
And the puzzles are fucking frustrating as shit.
Yeah?
God. Anyway, it's fine. What else did... Oh, yeah, and then I played that Last of Us Part 2 game. I have opinions and emotions about that game, but we'll have to talk about that in the spoiler episode whenever you finish it. But overall,
Tweak.
It's good. I really like the game. I think people who give it a 0 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10 are fucking idiots with invalid opinions. But it's very well done. It's a very well done game with problems. It's not perfect. It's not terrible. It's not even like middle of the road. Like, you have to appreciate that game, at least for the bare minimum. The game is incredible. Like, it looks incredible. The animation is incredible. The attention to detail is insane. Just the expressive nature of the characters, like, it's on its own level. Like, it's really impressive. So at least appreciate, like, if you're going to tear that game down, at least, give it proper respect for what it did well. And then if you didn't like the story, fine. We all like different stories and have different opinions on what kind of entertainment we like or whatever, and that's okay. But, like, if you're going to shit on the game, at least explain why. What didn't you like about it? Have a good opinion.
That's why I'm giving just shit on the game.
It's just the opinions out there, even the ones that do put in a little bit more effort to explain why, the reasons for why they don't like it are just so fucking shitty, and they just don't understand those elements of the game. Like, they just think that they fucked up or whatever, and it's just like, you just don't get it. The things I could see that are wrong with it, like, I could understand, but the things that people are complaining about just don't fucking make any sense. I feel like, again, these people are just jumping on the hate bandwagon. It's like, oh, everybody hates this game, I guess I better do it too. And they don't fucking, they don't think about
hating.
Like, they're ruining this game as a whole, and, like, there's people out there that might like this game, but some people will look at the review score and be like, oh, I'm not going to give that a chance. And you're just painting this picture for no reason. If you don't like it, cool, but don't just shit on it and tear it down for no fucking reason.
You know what, like, really bothers me about it is, like, the game, I'm glad I got it. I'm glad I'm playing it. I'm finally getting to see, like, part 2 and all that. I've been waiting so long. It's not exactly what I was anticipating and expecting. It's different. It takes a lot of changes and getting used to. I'm still going to play it through. I'm still going to finish it, no matter what the outcome is. I'll probably play through it again because I like doing that. But what frustrates me is people who are complaining about it or reviewing it, and they're putting it on YouTube, and they're putting, like, spoiler images as the fucking thumbnail.
I noticed
and as
that.
soon as I go on YouTube, I'm like, I have to close it. And I'm like, I have not been on YouTube for, like, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Other than just, like, I'll go straight to my picture if I'm trying to load, like, one of my videos or something. I don't know. It's like, I don't know. Respect others people's, like, you can put your opinion on there, but just don't put it as your thumbnail.
Yeah.
Don't ruin it for everybody.
Yeah, I agree. But I feel like a game like this that deals with the subject matter that it does and has the depth that it does, I feel like it's a good game to thoroughly give a chance. Play it from beginning to end, give yourself a little bit of time to absorb it, and then have opinion or whatever, or discussion about it, because most video games out there, even if they're story driven, they're not really that deep. They don't try to be a complex story in the way that this game is, and it does that very well. And it subverted everybody's expectations so far that like a lot of people are just like, oh, this isn't what I want, I'm done, because they're not getting exactly what they thought it was going to be. Because even the first Last of Us, again, fucking amazing game with a great story, but it's not a complex story. It's a very simple story, and it's easy to absorb, and you play it and you're done and you're good. And people that are expecting that out of the sequel are not going to get that. It's trying to do something different. It's trying to get you to feel these emotions, and it's trying to be like impactful, where it's making you feel like shit, and you're hating these things that these characters are doing, and they're trying to do all these things that are pulling emotions out of you that people weren't expecting to get. And it's not supposed to make you feel good. and since that's what's happening, like, the game is executing its goal correctly, but since people weren't expecting that, they're just taking these negative emotions and they're thinking that it's a bad game because of that. It's unfortunate. It's sad.
I've read I have no idea where. I think it's like when I swipe my news on my phone, people were raging about, like, they're like, we waited all these years and you're continuing Ellie's story, and they were raging about the fact that they made Ellie gay. And
what?
There's just like have you not played the first game?
Right. Yeah, see, like, opinions like that. There's some people that don't know better, whatever. They didn't play that DLC or whatnot, and then they play the second game and they learn it there, and then that alone just turns them off. Yeah, they get immediately pissed off, and then they give it a 0.
Why does that make you mad?
Because some people are fucking like that.
World.
It's fucking stupid.
World.
Like, you shouldn't even give a shit. Who cares? You know what I mean? It's like, how it's dumb. But that's the thing. There's a lot of people like that out there that are immediately turned off by characters, whatever, whether they're gay or straight, or they're there at all. Like, there's just
ethnicity, sexual orientation, like, it's
they just immediately, there's a trigger, and that trigger just spins them off into a fit of rage, and they immediately hate the game. And there's a lot of people out there that have those triggers, and they're all different triggers, but this game opens itself up to hit people in those ways, in so many different ways, that it's really being detrimental to the game, and it's not even fair. It's fucking, video games are art, and the more they become more like movies, and there's more complexities to them, the more it kind of opens itself up to be criticized in that way, especially if you're not approaching it the way that you should be. It's not your indie fucking play and throw away game. It isn't that.
Yeah,
so don't treat it. I wasn't even going there, but yeah.
How
it needs to be approached in a certain way. Honestly, I feel like maybe Naughty Dog kind of dropped the ball a little bit in that regard, where they could have set people's expectations a little bit better to prepare them. But at the same time, I get why they didn't do it, because then, like, the more they address that, the more impact they take away from the initial experience. So it's just a really shitty situation to be in. And it's fucked up too, because I didn't even know this, but apparently Naughty Dog released, because some of the trailers that they released, I guess, were misdirecting people intentionally. Like, they edited the scenes to be different than what's actually in the game. And that's another thing that people are tearing down the game for. But nobody gave a shit when they did that for the Marvel movies. People were like, yeah, good job, this is awesome, because I didn't know what to expect, and they changed it, and blah, 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 this is great. But when a fucking video game does it, they're lying and misleading people, and they're a horrible company all of a sudden. They're doing the exact same thing for the same reasons.
People can never be satisfied.
Yeah, they're trying to make it so that when you go into the game, you're surprised that you didn't know how this game was going to play out. That's a good thing. You should want them to do that. You should want to be misled so that you're not just going through the motions of this game because you already knew what it was going to be from the start. You shouldn't want that.
When we get to the spoiler episode, like, there's a point that we talked about a long time ago before the game came out that I want to bring up. How about that?
How about
Or if I
that?
forget, remind me. Like, there's something a long time ago, because I will forget.
In the galaxy,
I did a full circle.
far away.
Yeah, where video games
We're
are
good.
everybody enjoys them.
Yeah, wow. But yeah, we'll do the spoiler cast as soon as you're done. So hopefully that'll be next week, maybe.
This year, next week. Join us.
Yeah. What?
What?
But yeah, I want to
Forecast
talk
200.
about it.
The Wordcast 200. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
But yeah, I beat that. I went through it almost a second time to get all my upgrades and stuff that I missed. So now I just need to go and get the collectibles that I missed. And luckily, they did it so that all the collectibles that I got in my first run did save and carry over. And then there's a chapter select, so I just need to go into all the chapters that I missed shit in, go in there, get the collectible, and then I can quit out. So it shouldn't be too terrible to get the platinum on that, but it's just going to be tedious and time consuming, which I don't have a whole lot of time to do shit, so I don't know when I'll get to it, but it's attainable, and that's good. There's no multiplayer bullshit or one trophy in there that's just a piece of shit that fucks up everything. So it's good. And when I get that trophy, I'll be proud of it, Alec.
Yeah.
I don't have to be proud. I'm just proud that I won.
Wow. Okay.
That's why I backed out of the contest.
I backed out of it too.
Liar. Liar.
I did
Wait
last
till
week.
later. Wait till later.
Oh God, I'm scared.
Read your comments.
Oh no. I'm afraid. That's it.
Wow.
That's the end of my week. Roll the credits.
This has been Wordcast, episode 93.3 FM.
Yeah. It's time for some news. Didn't we just do this?
Yeah, but I did too much.
Yeah.
You know what?
Oh God. See, now I want to do it more.
You know what? It's fucking shit.
Now I want to do it more, Alec, now that I know
I'll have
you
to-
hate it.
I'll have to
Yeah,
send you this.
I thought you
Sean.
would.
So thank you for giving me some fuel for a change.
Sean, let me real quick see if this picks up, because this is what I was trying to play at the start, and I want
Okay.
you to have that. Wait. It's just literally. Oh my God.
You have to send me that immediately.
Yeah. It's just
Oh my God.
It's literally a minute, but it starts with like Frank yelling at him, and then it goes like, do you know what? It's so good.
I love it.
Darn.
It's great.
Anyways.
News time. We got 6 stories this week. Yay. I feel like that's the average. It's like 4 to 6, 46. What?
What?
It's between 4 to 6 is pretty average, I think. And then like some of these are pretty short, so it's a typical news week. There you go. But there's no good news. Hope you weren't
Of course,
expecting
there's never
good
good
news.
news.
Well, it's a
When
typical
When was the last
Wordcast, then.
time? When was the last time we had good news? Has it ever happened?
So the last time we had good news was when you told me about Horizon, and then you immediately shat on it. Year 5 only.
You're welcome. First story, we're going to start with Resident Evil 8 details emerge from a Famitsu interview.
Village.
I left that out intentionally. How dare you?
Sorry, it slipped.
During an interview with the game's producers, to what the fuck is that? To Yoshi Kanda and Peter Fabiano, a few bits of new information were revealed. We're just going to go over the bullet points of information that was revealed via the interview, because I don't want to dig into the whole thing because that would take too long. But Resident Evil 8 has been in development for 3.5 years, including the planning stages of the game. So at least they're spending a good amount of time on the game. So rather than
They
just kind
spent
of throwing
3.5
it.
years coming up with the same plot of the original
Probably.
RE4.
The producers want to give the impression that Chris and Ethan have formed a new relationship after their shared experience in Resident Evil 7, but they hope to defy expectations. So they're together now, basically.
Yeah, so he shoots the bitch, whoever it was.
Wow, Mia.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mia.
Mia found out about their relationship, so Chris
That's
kills
it,
her.
right? Okay, for the parody there, shoots Mia, and then Mia's like, "Mamma Mia!"
Oh no, Mamma Mia.
They go again.
Puzzles and inventory will both play an important part in Resident Evil 8. Yay, I guess.
I'll just sit at home and play puzzles.
Wow.
You did the Barbie doll puzzle that I sent you years ago.
No, yeah.
We're not changing the subject.
Resident Evil 8 will be the conclusion to RE7's story. So I don't know if that means Ethan in overall, or if that's just going to be that story arc. But whatever. We can only hope that's the end of all of it. The first person, that storyline, Ethan, everything, just fucking end it, please. So move on.
What about Resident Evil 9?
Fuck it. City. Wow. Barn.
Planet.
Resident Evil Planet.
Resident Evil bedroom.
That happened. It was part of Resident Evil 7.
Jesus.
It's true. But yeah, that's it. The only thing they forgot to mention in the interview was the fact that this is not a real Resident Evil game and it will be complete garbage.
Like I said, garbage rhymes with village for some reason.
Forgot about that. Second story, next-gen games are increasing in price. Sort of. NBA 2K21 is the first next-gen title to get a price point, and that price point is $69.99, which
you know what that means?
What? You know what?
It's $90 for me.
That's not good.
You didn't play that much to play actual basketball.
But yeah, that's
just, wait till it gets cheaper.
That's a $10 increase from current gen titles, or it's going to be a £5 increase to $64.99.
Oh, so it weighs more too? What the fuck?
Wow. So it's not going up as much, I guess, in Europe? Or I don't know how that balances out. Maybe it does. Maybe that is about the same. I'm not sure.
No one cares about Europe.
Wow. But yeah, they're going up $10. The NBA 2K games will also not offer the cross-gen upgrade that most titles are said to offer, which allow for a free upgrade from the current gen platform to next gen via smart delivery. They're not going to allow that. So that's kind of fucked up. But apparently not all next-gen titles will see the increase, and it may just be reserved for AAA titles only. This could also simply be a gateway increase to a new price point in the near future. It has been confirmed that other publishers are considering the increase as well, but nothing is set in stone whether they're going to do that or not do that. But it seems like this is just like kind of to test the waters, or just to kind of force the beginnings of the increase, because they've been wanting to increase the cost of games for a long time, because they haven't increased since the Xbox 360 and PS3. So I'm sure they've been wanting to increase that cost for a long time, and by upping the cost $10 on certain titles, that kind of gets their foot in the door to increase everything down the road, maybe even more than $10, because once they get that ball rolling, then people start to accept it. It's not good. It's not a good thing. So we're going to have $70 games on a potentially digital only platforms. It's going to be great. Can't wait to get my next gen system, everybody. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to go buy one immediately so I can play that Resident Evil game that I don't want.
I'm going to buy one.
No, don't do it.
I have
That's
to.
not worth it.
You get one for Christmas.
If I don't.
What if you have to pay $100 for Horizon when it comes out? Then what?
You know what? Right now I'm paying $80 for games, so $20 more is not. It's nothing to cry about.
Wow. It is when it's every game that you're paying for. Even the $10 increase, like, that might not even seem like that big of a deal, but at the end of the day, like, collectively, that's a shit ton of money.
Listen, games, you give me shit for wanting to, like, get games digital when they're on sale, and you're like, you could get it for digital or physical. And I'm like,
I would never say that.
I'm like, it's $20 right now on PSN. You're like, but you need the disc.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the disc is $40. And you're like, but it's a good game. And now you're like, would you really pay $20 more for this character?
Wow.
motherfucker, I would.
It's different.
You're different.
Wow.
It's probably just gonna like let me down like Last of Us.
Wow.
I'm joking. If they pull the shit that they pulled in Last of Us 2 and Horizon, I'm never playing it again. I'm
Wow.
not ready to see
I'm
that.
never gonna play this game again.
No, I will.
Ever.
My problem is if they're going to do that, I'm okay with it if they fucking put all the content on the disc. They could even charge like I wouldn't want to pay $90 for a game, but if they charge that much and everything was on the disc and you bought it and it was done, fine, whatever. But this is in addition to the season passes and the fucking loot boxes and the microtransactions and all these other fucking stupid fees and charges. Like, no, that's not okay.
I get like if they do that for content that they make DLC that comes out like years later. It's not something that they had. That makes sense. But yeah, like if you're saying you have bonus feature, put it on the disc. Don't give me a code in the case of the disc to download this fucking feature. Yeah. I'm just thinking like Frozen Wilds. Like that came out years after. And it was super enjoyable, but it wasn't on the disc because it wasn't a thing back then.
Well, and the problem is too that they plan all this out. You know, it's not like they release a game and they're like, oh, by the way, let's go do this other thing and they can download that. You know, we'll add that to it. You know, they think about that after the fact. That's not how that happens. They plan all this out initially before the game comes out. This is the game. Then we're going to do these DLCs. And when this all first started out, they would put that content on the disc already and lock it off until you paid for it. So like they know what they're doing. They're sectioning shit off to get more money, and it's fucking bullshit. So just if you want more money for your games, then raise the price and put that shit in there. Put that shit on the disc. It's simple.
Shit back where it came from.
They're just being slimy about it, and they're just trying to get as much money as they can out of the consumer.
But it's a business.
It's fucking gross, and it sucks. And as things get more expensive, that makes it just that much worse. And when things all go digital, it's going to be even fucking worse than that. Then they're going to control the cost of the games even further. And they can just, like, since you can't go out and get it cheaper on sale at a store or whatever, then you're going to have to pay whatever the fuck they want to charge, $8,000 or whatever the fuck. It's just, you know, that's the only way to get the game. So pay it or don't.
Dude, I had to explain to Beth why you hate digital. And I had to, like, explain to her, like, what digital does and how you don't actually own the game. And she's like, even if you pay for it? I'm like, yep. And she's like, oh man. I like ruined everything for her.
See,
I'm like, I buy these games knowing this, but Shaun hates it because of this. And she's like, but he paid money for it.
See, and that's the majority, I promise you. Most people would have that reaction if they knew, but they don't even know.
Yeah, like, why is he so mad? Because, like, look at Silent Hill. I bought Silent Hill digital on my PS3, and then when I finally decided to give it another shot, it was gone. And I'm like, what? I have to play? Oh, no.
It's been a little while since I got to bitch about, you know, digital
Let's
shit.
get digital.
And there's another thing I get to complain about later in the news. So, yeah. There you go.
And now as Jazz made a song reference, I gotta add it.
My name is Jazz. I have to.
Wow. Yeah.
Sorry.
You're legally obligated to... Well, it's not jazz music references, so no.
Well, that means I should also turn the jazz back up, motherfucker.
Well, God damn it. Fourth story, Fortnite is no longer in early access. Or we'll just say it like it is. Fortnite is no longer a paid beta, because that's what the fuck it was. But anyways, after 3 years of being in early access, the game has officially been declared a game. Along with this, Epic will start winding down on the PvE/single player modes and focus more so on being a games as a service title. All the things that I love. Great.
Awesome.
I mean, it's not like I'm wanting to play or give a shit about Fortnite, but that's not the point.
Fortnite at Freddy's.
And this fucking takes me back to why I fucking hate video games today, because I bought the copy of that game that I have sitting on my shelf right now. I bought 3 years ago when...
Of what?
Huh?
Fortnite?
Yeah.
Dairy.
Yeah, I had it. Well, here's the thing, though. I bought that game when it first came out, when it wasn't a games as a service, when it wasn't a battle royale. I bought that game when it was a completely fucking different game. It was a single player game with multiplayer elements, and it had a campaign, and it was fine. It was this whatever fucking zombie game. Like, you build shit and you fight off hordes or whatever. That's what I bought. That's not even the game anymore. And what's it called? I can't remember what the game mode is called, but the PvE mode that they were talking about, the single player experience, since they're stopping support on that, the reason why I bought the game in the first place, and they're focusing on the fucking battle royale now, that game sitting on my shelf that I bought with expectations isn't even, by the time this game runs its course, it's not even going to be that anymore. And since it's turned into a games as a service game, and when they shut down the servers, my physical disc over there that I bought as a single player game at the time will probably not even work anymore. Like,
Yay.
Just the fact that that thing is fucking possible just blows my goddamn mind. That's
Sounds
so
like a free
fucking
coaster is what
gross.
it is.
Sounds like when we actually do meet each other one day, I'll go to that Fortnite thing on your shelf and then do a shit on it.
I mean, you might as well, because by the time I get to playing that game, it probably won't even work, and it'll just be a fucking worthless disc that doesn't function.
I have an idea of what we could do with it.
Put it up
So you
your
know
ass?
you know how I got a bow in the mail?
A bull?
We'll do skeet shooting with it. I'll let you shoot. We'll throw it like a frisbee and you can shoot it in the air.
Wow.
Yeah.
But that
We will.
Fortnite is a great example as to why digital is fucking terrible. Because that used to not even be a possibility, and why would it be? That fucking doesn't make sense. Just the idea of buying a game and then it turns into a completely different game and then turns into no game at all because they turned it from a single player game to an online only game and then shut down the service. Like, what? That doesn't even sound like it should be legal. Like, I bought a completely different game and none of that had anything to do with that game. Fucking
Well, it's your fault for buying it.
How?
Like, you
general.
supported it.
I supported it when it was a different game.
Yeah, so now you giving them money, and then they turn it into the game that you wanted to play.
That makes no sense.
It's your fault.
No.
Yes, it is.
If they were like, hey, this game's going to change later down the road, do you still want to buy it? And then I bought it, then yeah, you're right. But that's not what happened.
You should tell the future. You know, these things happen.
Wow.
You're irresponsible.
Start doing
Fuck you,
video
Alec.
diaries.
Fortnite is Sean's problem.
Get the fuck out of here,
Video
you ass.
diaries. He's gonna find it 20 years from now. It's a video of him with that game like 10 years ago, and he's like, "Hey, Sean, you bought this game, and I hope you're still playing it 10 years later." Okay, bye, Sean.
What?
Time capsule.
Hey, fuck you.
Hey, next story.
Fifth story.
Next story.
Shadows of the Damned has been delisted from the Microsoft Store.
What?
Yeah, I don't expect you guys to know what game that is, but it's a game. And it's a
Wow.
good game, so fuck you. It was done by
Wow.
Shinji Mikami that made
Does
Resident
that change it
Evil.
to Fortnite as well?
Yeah, I'm not happy with him now.
No, instead of changing it to Fortnite, they just removed it entirely. The game was pulled by the publisher and is also not available for download on the PlayStation Store. So they pulled it from the Xbox Store, and I don't think it was ever available on the PlayStation Store. If it was, they pulled it from that as well. Other games that have been taken down as of late include all of Activision's Transformers games, Konami's Saw games, and Deadpool has been delisted and relisted multiple fucking times. Yeah, the future of games means never knowing how long a game will exist. Fun. Or even if it's going to be the same game that you bought. Wow.
Yeah.
Fun times. You know, all this bullshit is why I've never been a PC gamer, because I didn't want to deal with all the fucking stupid bullshit that comes with that. And now console gaming, or I guess gaming in general, is just fucking, by default, already worse than what PC gaming used to be. So, great.
Let's just all go back to our PlayStation 1s and that'll be it.
Yeah,
That's what
let's
I'm
do
gonna
that.
do.
Let's all go play Tomb Raider and not get mad at it.
Wow.
Ah!
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you can't expect Lee. You can't expect Alec to like a good game. He likes the bad ones.
It's really not though.
What? It's not a good game?
Yeah.
Oh, you
I
mean the original?
Yeah, the original.
That's not fair.
Listen, I love Tomb Raider. I love it, but the controls are so dumb.
They are.
But
But
it's
at the
it's a cool
time, it was
game.
good. It was fine.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. Like I was born in the wrong time. I would have enjoyed that shit. I would have.
I mean, yeah, you can't release a game like that plays like that today and expect it to be accepted. But
Metal Gear.
you know,
I
limitations.
think that's why they made Anniversary.
That's exactly why they did Anniversary.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I experienced Anniversary on the Wii, so
Ooh, no, why?
with the
Why?
Wiimotes.
Hey, you shush. Why would you play it on the Wii?
Because that's what I had it on. But I have the trilogy on PS3, so.
I wonder
Yeah.
if Resident Evil Village will come on the Wii.
Oh my god. That way you can shoot two things at once. with the
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can put the disc in the Wii and then shoot the Wii. Great.
Yeah. Double kill.
I mean, technically, you could put the disc in there if it even
Oh,
fucking
they
gets
could
a
call it-
disc.
They could call it Resident Evil Village.
Wow.
Resident Evil.
Williage. Resident Evil. Wii.
Evil. Resident Evil Weevil.
Willage.
What? Wheelage.
Yeah.
Piece of crap.
Fucking garbage. I played that on the 360 and I thought it was pretty good. I thought they did a good job on the remake or whatever.
I wanted to play that one when Alex said to play Tomb Raider, but he insisted on me playing the other one, so I made him suffer with me.
We could
Yeah,
try to
it's real
suffer
bad.
again.
You know what? I played Metal Gear for you, so you have to finish Tomb Raider.
Well,
You have to
Metal Gear-
finish Tomb Raider.
Metal Gear is still
Oh.
enjoyable in its older state, though, where Tomb Raider is pretty rough.
Metal Gear
Really?
made me laugh, and it made me sad, and it made me happy, so it was good.
Yeah.
Let's play MGS2.
Nah, fuck that game.
It's the Last of Us 2 version of the Metal
I'll play
Gear.
it today since
Wow.
it's July 4th.
Oh my
I'll
god,
play
it is!
This is what when you were talking about it earlier, I was like, okay, so everyone liked MGS1. Then it comes to MGS2 where they introduce something and they get
Wait,
triggered
spoilers?
by Raiden.
Shh, 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 shh.
I haven't played Last of Us
But
2.
you clearly know something.
No, I'll just listen to what you guys said.
I'm assuming there's content that he knows about, because he just knows all about content.
No, I haven't looked up any spoilers of.
He's just very intuitive.
Yeah.
Like me, but we'll talk about that. I can't wait to share that story. Speaking of stories, continue.
And then lastly, we have an article brought to us by Lee. And that's why I said Lee earlier, because I was looking at my notes. And I called you
Earlier.
Lee. Sorry, Alec. But also, fuck you.
Wow.
But yeah.
Everyone wants to fuck a winner.
Wow. And I love the name of this, the title of this article. It's Loot Boxes, Lords Call for Immediate Gambling Regulation. The Lords demanded, apparently. Yeah.
More loot boxes, loot box gods.
Yeah. Hey, we got all the staples in this week. We got loot boxes, digital, all of it. Resident Evil
Batman.
Village. Batman!
And
There we go.
But, yeah, loot boxes. The House of Lords Gambling Committee says video game loot boxes should be regulated under gambling laws. The Lords say they should be classified as, quote, games of chance, which would bring them under the Gambling Act of 2005. Quote, if a product looks like gambling and feels like gambling, it should be regulated as gambling, the report says. And they warn that such a change should not wait. Quote, the government must act immediately to bring loot boxes within the remit of gaming legislation and regulation. End quote. Loot boxes have long been controversial in video games. They offer players a chance at randomized rewards when opened. To further complicate matters, boxes can often be bought for real money, and the rewards can sometimes be traded. In case you didn't know what a loot box was.
It's a box full of loot.
Yeah.
It has a guitar in it, right?
Sure.
A loot.
Could be. Wow. God damn it. Yeah, this just, it seems like a problem that just won't die. Like, even in the US, we ultimately landed on a new ratings board label that mentions in-game purchases and random items, but that didn't get anybody anywhere. Like, that was our resolution, but it's still a problem. It's still not dealt with, and it's still fucking gross. And putting a little, like, under the ratings letter or whatever, where it has T for teen or whatever the fuck it's going to be, right under that,
Kids.
It says that stupid little, like, this game includes random items or whatever. Like, that's not enough of a thing to fix the problem. Like, 95% of people aren't even going to notice that. Like, it needs to be in a prominent place on the box or in the description or whatever if you're buying digital. Like, it needs to catch your eye so that you know up front, clear as day, this content is in the game. Like, just slapping a little bit of text in the bottom corner, in a tiny font. Like, how is that a resolution to the problem? Fucking stupid. But once that happened, I guess they figured that was good enough, and then everybody stopped talking about it. Like, I haven't seen any news or updates around loot boxes until this one now. So apparently in the US, I guess they solved the problem with this.
And in the UK, they're going to take about 300-400 years to, pass it.
Well,
Canada, they have no idea what you're talking about.
Hopefully, at least after the 300 or 400 years, hopefully they have a better resolution than we had, because what we did was fucking garbage. It's fucking wasted time and money. They probably spent like hundreds of thousands of dollars to implement that change too, which did nothing for nobody. Good news, video games are fun. Yay.
Every podcast you make it sound like do not become a gamer.
Honestly, like, if you're just getting into games now, don't. Just don't do it. It's not worth. Like, get into retro games. Play shit from current gen and like previous. Don't look to the future. There's no hope there. I feel bad for people. Well, I guess I don't feel bad for people that are becoming gamers now, because they're not going to know better. The state of games right now and what's coming up is going to be normal to them. So it's just going to be like automatically accepted and nothing's going to seem wrong. But the people that have been gaming, like, the longer you've been gaming, the worse this is, because you're more informed. You know how it used to be and what should be right and what should be wrong.
Back
and
in
it's
my
fucking
day,
annoying.
the games used to be fixed.
We had cartridges. God damn it.
Back in my day,
And that's the worst thing. Complaining about this shit, I feel like a fucking grumpy old man, fucking sitting in my rocking chair, yelling at the kids on the fucking lawn with their Switches playing digital games. But, like, it sucks. There's so much potential for things to be better, and I see all this gross garbage happening to something that I give a shit about, and I'm like, why? Stop ruining the good stuff. There's your news, everybody.
Wow. I have, it's not really news, but I
have.
It's just the PS Plus of the month thing.
Oh yeah, more digital shit. What is it?
So to celebrate 10 years of making us pay extra money to play with your friends, Sony is celebrating by giving us 3 free games. Yay!
Are they though? Aren't we technically paying for this shit?
I mean, they're giving us 3 free games.
Yeah, for your $60 a year membership.
You know what? So one of them is Erica, which I've been looking at it and I've been tempted to get it, so I'm probably gonna get it.
We have to play it for Erica in her name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it is her name.
Exactly.
One of them is NBA 2K20.
Ugh.
Yep. And Rise of the Tomb Raider.
I have that,
Me too.
but I'll
And I already have a
download it.
digital. Yeah.
You have what?
Well, I have
Fuck.
a digital on the PS4.
Yeah.
Physical for the PS3 and for the 360. So.
Yeah.
How dare you?
So yeah, it has a really fun multiplayer. So yeah, get it.
I might have to get it.
Yeah. But I love
Yeah.
that they're like it's a great game for people who know the series and for people who don't to start playing. I'm like, that's the second game in a trilogy. You start playing that, you're gonna be confused as fuck. But yeah.
Yeah,
it's
but don't
great
they
game.
make like most sequels they make so that you can play it on its own, and then it's like there's just things in there that you'll appreciate if you played the one before.
The thing is, for anybody who knows Tomb Raider that hasn't played the reboots and starts with Rise, they're gonna be like, why is she so fucking angry?
Where's it is?
That too. But why is she so fucking angry? Where's all her friends in her big mansion? They don't understand that this is like 20-year-old Lara, but you know.
Like normally
Get it.
I would complain about the fact that anytime you buy a sequel, something with a number in it, like if you get a fucking number 2, the
Resident
game,
Evil 8?
Like Resident Evil 8.
yeah, well,
Village.
anything. If you get like Resident Evil 2 or Tomb Raider 2 or whatever the fuck 2 or 3 or 4, you should know. You should fucking be able to use your goddamn brain to determine the fact that since this has a fucking number 2 or 3 or 4, I should probably play the other ones first. But apparently that's not good enough, and they've got to accommodate everybody. Oh, you didn't play the first one or the second one? Well, we got to make it so that everybody can play 3. Why? It's 3. Why would you think that you shouldn't have to play 1 or 2 to be able to play 3?
Because we're
Isn't that obvious? Like, don't
I wanna
fucking buy
play
3
Mass
before
Effect
1 and
3,
2,
and
you
then
fucking
1
idiot.
And then 2.
It's not that complicated. But in like situations with Tomb Raider where they don't even fucking put numbers and it's just fucking Rise of the Tomb Raider and fucking Shadow of the Tomb Raider and Dildo of the Tomb Raider, like then it gets
Rise of the
complicated.
Erection.
Then you have to figure out
It
what the
gets
fuck is
hard.
what. It gets hard.
I'm scared.
Tomb Raider.
I just wanted to share that.
Tomb
10 years
Raider
of getting
Dildo.
fucked by
It gets
Sony.
hard edition.
You get a basketball game for free.
Great. My favorite.
All right.
All my favorite things. Digital, loot boxes, microtransactions. Great.
Dribbling.
What?
Basketball game, you can dribble. You're an old man, so...
Wow! Stupid video games. Why do I like you?
Mhm.
What time are we at? Okay, we got
Time
time.
for some news.
Well,
Time for some good news.
here we're gonna do games, and then if we have time, we'll do the survival horror talk.
Games.
We'll see how long the games take. So, Alec,
Okay, it's game time.
I love how I always do that now. Okay, it's time for Marmite.
Marmite.
another thing I love.
Seven
Yep.
Marmite.
How do you like to enjoy Marmite?
I like to lick lovingly around the outside and then thrust my tongue in the middle.
I like to munch it vigorously.
Marmite? It's fucking garbage.
It's so
I can't wait for the webcam editions to come because I was just dancing to that the entire time.
Wow.
I couldn't hear it.
Yeah, that's alright. You don't need to.
It's not about
Right.
you.
No, so maybe not. Okay.
Jesus.
So in Marmite, for those who didn't listen to last week, like Diz, I simply say a few words and the cast reply with love it, hate it, or I'd fuck the shit out of it, or where can I get some? So, number 1,
Digital?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Never seen it.
Well, what? I don't think he's talking about the movie. I think he's just talking about in general, right?
I like turtles.
Wow. I like him. I grew up with him.
Okay, Ball Sacks.
Hate it.
Like bags with basketballs in them.
Yeah, sacks of basketballs.
They're practical. You can carry all your gym equipment.
No, thank
They're
you.
right.
President Obama.
Canadian.
What?
Me.
He's not Canadian.
Give a fuck about the presidents?
He's better than the current one. I'll say that.
Probably.
Swiss Army knife.
Love them.
Helpful.
Especially in the unboxing videos.
Wow. It's true.
Where you nearly
Can
killed
I
yourself.
get one with a flamethrower? God.
Christmas trees.
Hate
They're
them.
good, but they're a pain in the ass.
Fire.
Love it.
It's the best.
Hockey.
Garbage. I mean, great.
I'm gonna miss it this year.
Good. No more concussions for you.
Fuck you. I still get concussions.
Well, less. Less
What do you think?
concussions.
I'd be so miserable all winter.
You'll be
You
fine.
get a concussion
You'll be
after a
safe.
broadcast.
Oh.
You'll be safe.
Hairy armpits.
Gross.
Stinky.
Petroleum.
Helpful.
That's what I was thinking.
Abandoned buildings.
Spooky.
Helpful.
Helpful. Hide the bodies.
Yeah.
David Attenborough.
Who?
Love him. He's
People
the guy
name-
in all of the documentaries.
Who?
Yeah.
That's my response.
Wow.
People named Bob.
Bob?
Bob.
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 Bob. Bob. Bob.
Bob.
Bob.
I don't really
You're right.
like that name, and I've never really
Robert?
known. Well, I've never known anyone that goes by Bob. I've known Roberts, but
I used to call my my friend Tanya. We called her Bob.
excuse me.
Yep.
Okay. Bold patches.
What? Poo poo?
Shiny.
Sorry.
Naked people.
Hate him.
Subjective.
Oh. Video editing.
Garbage.
Save.
Fuck it.
Time limits.
The worst
Worse than video editing.
in everything. Fuck
When you have a time
limits.
limit to edit videos.
Time limits are just stress. No,
What's video editing?
you're right.
Yeah. I know.
Rodents in the house.
Have one. Love it.
Poo poo. I mean, if it's a pet, cool. If it's not, then no bueno.
I grew up in a house with mice. It was gross. It smelled.
Yeah, I don't. That's no good. I've had mice before, and it's no good.
They are stinky and they poop in my stuff.
And they fucking dig into your food and shit. And it's like, anytime you go to eat something, it's like, is this safe to eat? Is there shit in it?
Yeah.
Have there been mice in it?
And then you finally get rid of the problem, and then there's like a rice spill in the pantry, and the rice is actually like black rice, but you're like,
Gonna eat it anyway.
Gross.
doesn't taste like rice.
I don't remember
I better eat
rice
some
tasting
more,
like
just to
this.
make sure. The Great Escape.
The movie?
Throw it away and forget
book?
yesterday.
So,
That was a song
Oh, I
reference,
guess
by
it
the
is
way.
a song too.
yeah.
It's a lot of things.
It
I like
was
the
the movie I
song.
was talking.
Song's good.
We'd like to have the Great Escape from 2020.
What?
As in, like, get the fuck out of here.
Wow.
Okay, liquor stores.
Love it.
Love it.
I've never actually been into one.
What?
What? How?
It's-
They
I
drink
just
at
go
like
to
12.
supermarkets and they've got other things in it, so it's not technically a
What?
liquor store.
We just legalized that like 5 years ago.
Yeah, well, I think it was maybe 2 or 3 years ago they started putting actual alcohol in like grocery stores. Before it was like it didn't have as much alcohol content, so it was called 3.2 or whatever, 3.2
They-
alcohol.
They
And-
did have it in Quebec though.
Yeah. So if you wanted real alcohol that wasn't diluted or whatever, you had to go to a liquor store until a couple of years ago.
Look at stuff.
So yeah.
Fair enough. Money.
Hate it.
Fucking garbage. Shouldn't exist. It's a pain in
Better
the
world
ass.
without it.
I'm glad
What
you
is
said
that? What is money?
What is life?
Ginger hair.
Beautiful.
Love
Babies.
Hate them.
Hate them.
Throw them off a balcony.
They're smelly.
Kill them.
Drown them in the bathtub.
Shaken, not stirred.
Whoa!
Yogurt.
It's fine.
Depends on the flavor.
Yeah.
Porn.
Hate it.
Beautiful.
Covered this with naked people.
Okay, out of date milk.
Love
Gross. What?
Chewy.
Gooey? Oh no.
I can't tell the difference actually.
How can you not tell the difference? Well, I guess it depends how out of date. Eventually, you're gonna
It has
know.
chunks. If it has chunks, I'm like, is this normal?
Did I get the chunky kind?
It's yogurt.
Is it yogurt? Why is it in this container? Weird.
Half-Life.
Overrated.
Yeah.
Interesting. Lockdown.
Lockdown.
Fucking bullshit.
Like prison.
Like
Like-
the current situation that we
Yeah.
are in.
Oh, loved it.
Wow.
Hate being near people.
Okay. The police.
Hate it.
The band or the like police.
You don't get information.
Wow. Well,
No.
if it's actually love them both, so
Cops
Fair
don't
enough.
love me, so I don't love them back.
my dream job.
Cops are assholes.
I'm wearing my RPD and my stars hat right now. My shirt, everything. I'm a cop.
James Bond.
Hate it.
James Blonde?
Bond.
Parody? That would be awesome.
I don't know, man. It's fine, I guess.
Overrated.
Yeah, kinda.
And
You know what?
I hate Daniel, whatever his name is.
Oh, really? Daniel, whatever his name is.
The funny thing is, I've never actually seen a James Bond film.
Me neither.
Wow. I saw the ones in the 90s and one of the current ones, I think the first one with Daniel Craig. And they're fine.
I've seen Austin Powers, so I think it's fine.
Yeah, same thing.
I've seen Spy Hard. Yeah. And last, it's Solid Snake.
Beautiful.
Should be all
Well-
squiggly.
I like the David Hayter one. I mean, they're both fine. It's fine. I'm just bitter.
You're a hater.
Yeah. I'm a David Hayter.
I'm with you on that because when I played MGS5, especially when Ocelot and Snake and someone else are talking, I'm just like, I can't tell which one's talking.
That's me with Ellie and Dina. I'm like, who's
What?
talking? Just you just made me think of that. I'm sorry.
Weird.
Yeah.
I
It's just
didn't.
voices and you can't see them.
I
Yeah,
never
yeah.
came across that. But yeah, with Metal Gear, especially because it was
Metal
the last one, that sucks. You know, to send it off on that kind of a shitty note where they kind of tainted Snake a little bit. You know what I mean? I don't know. It just felt gross.
But then put the nail in the coffin with Survive.
Ugh, we don't talk about that. That never happened. It sucks too because I like Kiefer Sutherland. When I heard that, I was kind of excited about it, but it needed to be like in addition to, you know, you could do Big Boss and you could do fucking whatever,
Big
Punish
Boss.
Snake or whatever the fuck. And one could be David Hayter, one could be Kiefer Sutherland. That would have been cool. I would have liked that. But replacing him outright, like it wouldn't matter who you picked. It's fucking wrong. It feels weird. There can be only one Snake. It's the one in my pants. pants.
And that was Marmite. I hope people learn a few things.
Yeah, we learned that Marmite's gross.
We learned that Half-Life is overrated.
It's fucking true.
Jazz doesn't like naked people.
We knew that.
And babies. I like babies.
I haven't even played Half-Life, but I've seen Half-Life Full Life Consequences. So I'd rather leave it just like everything I know about Half-Life is just from that stupid video, and that's all I care about.
I appreciate the things that Half-Life did for the industry. Like, it kind of pioneered some things, and that's cool. But outside of that, they're just not that great. Especially 2. 2 I really don't understand. Like, it helped kind of bring physics into video games in general. But, like, outside of that, that is not a great game. Like, it's too open and empty and it doesn't play all that great. But people lost their shit over that game, and I just don't understand why.
I have not played it, so I might.
I couldn't even finish it, and I finished like terrible games. But that one, it was too long. It was too boring. I don't know. I just lost interest, and I intended to go back, but I just never got around to it.
And now you're just half interested.
Nah.
Right, that was Marmite. So, what
Marmite.
next?
7 Marmites.
That was last week.
Damn it.
8 Marmites.
27 Marmites.
93.
47.
69.
What'd you say? What's next? What we doing now?
It's time to read your comments.
Okay. Right. First comment is from Swagtastic Psy. I think. The comment is, I would love to see you play Clock Tower 3. PS2. I would totally watch that. I'm also excited for Resident Evil 2.
What video is this on?
The Wardcast.
Oh, okay.
You all have a guess
That
which
pile
one
of
it is?
garbage. Last week.
No. 13.
13.
So
Yeah.
random.
I wonder...
Yeah.
That must have been around the time that I was doing the other Clock Tower Let's Play.
hmm So, question 1. Would you like to stream the Clock Tower series?
Maybe. I don't know. Like, I have to pick... Like, it's hard picking a game to stream or Let's Play or whatever, because, like, some of them just aren't... Like, they're too slow for me, because then I gotta, like, constantly think of shit to talk about, and it ruins the experience. So if it's something that, like, I want to play and enjoy, but I've got to, like, force myself to be creative and continuously come up with content because it's slow, then, like, I'd rather not, because then I'm kind of ruining the experience of the game. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Because I've never played Clock Tower 3, and it's one that I've always wanted to play, and I want to be able to enjoy it without having to suffer through all that. But I don't know. I think it could be fun. But do I want to do that?
Or do you want to just stream it where you don't actually say anything at all and you just play the game and then people watch you play the game?
I don't know. Wouldn't that be boring, though?
Yep.
I quite like it.
For me, I prefer to make content that's more like my own. You know, anybody can just do a silent stream or just like a Let's Play or whatever where it's just the gameplay. So if I'm gonna do it, like I want to add something to it. I want to make it so that it's my own content, something that only I would bring to the table. Otherwise, it doesn't really seem worthwhile for me to do.
I want to start doing Let's Plays again.
Yeah.
Or try it. Start.
I'm sitting on so many that I need to fucking just publish. Well, some of them I need to edit, but I do have some edited ones that I need to put up. Like we have fucking Resident Evil 6. So many of those. And I don't think I got all the Man of Medan ones out, so there's a bunch of those, and I have a bunch. I need to get those out. But I don't know. I would consider doing Clock Tower 3, but I would prefer to do, like, my ideal games that I would Let's Play would be games that maybe I played a long time ago, but I got to experience them on my own and just enjoy it. But it's been so long that I don't really remember all of it, and then I can go back and play that.
I like to do.
Yeah, like that makes sense. It's kind of the best of both worlds, because I get both experiences. It's good.
Yeah.
So that's ideal for me.
Jazz, do you want to stream anything?
I've been thinking about doing the reboot trilogy for Tomb Raider because I like running through them and playing, and it's usually just me yelling at things. But then I'm like, it wouldn't be entertaining to watch, so I don't know if I'd want to do it. Because I don't stream. Like, when I stream, I'm like, hey, Shaun, watch me play. And then, like, one other person shows up that I don't know.
And you quit.
And they say nothing. And I'm like, okay.
They're too busy masturbating.
Wow.
Anyway, question 2.
So, no, never going to stream again. Fucking Alec.
Okay, question 2. Do you think Swagtastic is still excited about Resident Evil 2?
No, because it came out.
Well, perhaps Swagtastic doesn't have it.
Well, if they were excited about it, wouldn't they have bought it?
Would think.
No.
Okay.
I mean, I'm excited about the PS5, and I still haven't got it.
Well, it's not out.
Well, that's not my problem.
It's a good reason.
It's not a good reason. It doesn't make sense. Those are two different situations entirely.
Yeah, you're right.
I know I'm right.
Okay. Question 3. Who would you like to see stream and what game?
I have to say Shaun because otherwise we'll get killed.
What? That's not true. God, I'm trying to think of what game I would even want to see. Like I always find it interesting to watch people play Resident Evil games just to kind of see how they do it compared to how I do it. But I would like to see either of you guys or both of you guys do that.
I've done that. I've done that for Resident Evil. I was drunk.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just walked away halfway to go pee.
Wow. Yeah, I've seen pieces of like what you've recorded, but I've never seen you stream it, and I've never did you put up the full video of the whole Let's Play or just pieces?
No, just literally like I did a Let's Play and then passed out because I was drunk. And that was the end of the Let's Play.
Wow.
It was a drunk Let's Play. I'll stream whatever game you want whenever. I just don't start streaming because there's nobody to watch unless I tell people.
Okay.
I want to do more stuff like we did with Resident Evil 0, which I still haven't posted yet. But like shit like that, I like, because it's kind of that idea where it's like we're all playing the same thing at the same time, but going about it in our own way, but we can interact at the same time, kind of a thing. Like I like doing different things, interesting things, exploring kind of new ideas and stuff like that. Like when I do a Let's Play, I want it to be entertaining in a way that's unique to me. So, and that Resident Evil 0 one is kind of like a really good example for what I'm trying to say here, but nobody listening is going to know what the fuck I'm talking about because I haven't posted it. But when that comes out, you'll see what I'm talking about. Just unique Let's Plays that are unique to the Ward. That's what I want to do.
Okay. Right. Next comment from Nicholas Jenkins. The comment is Days of Our Lives Resident Evil 2 Leon Origins before Ashley and shit low. Or better yet, see if you can get this reference. That's what he's referring to.
Never heard that.
Yeah, it's from church.
Yeah, it must be from church.
Yeah, let's do question 2. So, do you get the Jesus reference?
I do.
Church.
Since I was from church, obviously.
Since I'm a Christian.
I do, but I don't know why people say Jesus. It's Jesus.
Wow. It's Jesus?
Jesus.
You're right.
Do you know we used to have well, Shayla used to get somebody comment on her video when she posted RCS of like,
I know where
why?
this is going.
Yep, the person who was pissed off at her for using Jesus' name in vain.
Yeah.
We had fun with that. He's our Lord and Savior, Jesus.
Why are you being mean to Jesus?
Why are you hating on Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior? Mika.
Question 1 then. Would RE4 Dual Leon be the same Leon for the RE2 remake Dual? If there was one.
Guy.
Probably
Same
not.
guy.
Would it be the same as the original RE2 parody Leon?
No, I think I'm gonna try and do something different, but I don't know. I
It's gonna
need
be
to.
a girl.
Need,
I'm gonna voice them.
Yeah, it's gonna be Jazz.
I'm gonna be Dual Leon RE2 parody.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still kind of figuring all that out because like it's gonna get to a point where it gets really confusing because there's so many Leons, especially if I'm recording for them. Then it gets extra confusing. But
Yeah, just explain that Leon's got a split personality disorder or something.
Yeah, he's bipolar. Just make him sound like
it's
Parker.
the Leon trilogy.
He'll be Parker Carlos Leon.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about if I do something.
Doo-doo.
I knew it. It probably is going to be like its own thing, but we'll see. Time will tell. I do want to do something regardless, though. So, at some point, you'll find out what it is.
Okay, question 3. For both people, which did you prefer, Leon or Claire's scenario?
As far as doing a machinima?
No, in general, when you play the game.
In the remake, I think I liked Leon's, but originally I liked Claire's.
I would say in the remake, I preferred Claire.
Interesting.
The original. Just because I don't like that Ada bit. I hate that Ada bit.
It's like
Ugh.
3 seconds. Oh, you mean for the remake?
Yeah.
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 It's okay. I like that they tried to do something different, but it's not super enjoyable.
It's just too long. It's like, ugh.
Yeah. I mean,
Jazz?
it wouldn't have been a big deal if it was more enjoyable. And then it could have been longer, but I don't know.
I like playing as Claire more. Like, I do like the whole, oh, the kid's infected, you gotta go make the antivirus, all that shit. But in any of them, I like Claire B better. Because it's just so... It's different.
Claire
like,
B.
it's 4 different stories.
Yeah.
Claire B.
Claire B.
Clarinet. Fuck the original RE2 game.
What?
When I finally played it, I was playing as Claire, and I was like tiptoeing everywhere because I was like, when is Mr. X coming? When is he coming? And then I realized it was in Claire B, or in the B scenario. So
Wow.
he came out of nowhere. I was like, oh, maybe I'm thinking of Nemesis. Okay, whatever. So he came out of nowhere, and then when I played Remake, I was like running around like doopy doopy doo, and this motherfucker turns the corner, and I'm like, no! Like, I was so mad. So yeah, the whole game messed me up. PTSD.
Alright, let's do a final comment, and this one's the interesting one.
Oh boy. It's probably not.
So, this one is from Lee, SJBMCPRS.
LMNOP.
Yeah, that one. You know who it's from. So, his comment is, Sparky the dog wants there to be a Marmite challenge. The loser needs to do a video of himself or herself consuming the Marmite.
Yeah, I don't understand what that was. I saw that and I was like, what? Who's Sparky the dog?
Okay, so when I was about, I don't know, 4 or 5 years old, I went to Toys R Us, and there was a soft toy dog, and I picked it up and I put it in the trolley, and my mum and dad got it for my brother. So it was a Christmas present that he still has.
Oh.
He called it a Sparky. Yeah. Anyway, question 1. What rules should be set for the Marmite challenge?
No shitty indie games if it's a game thing,
Yeah, 100%.
but hopefully
And
not a
Gwent
platinum
counts.
See, my suggestion is you don't have to platinum the game. So
We could just pick a game to do a thing, like beat it the fastest or whatever the fuck you want to do.
If
just
you
to
want
make
to
it
involve more
easier.
people, do challenges on like Minecraft or something.
I ain't playing
Like
Minecraft
Diz
again.
brought that up a while ago. She's like, set it up to like first to this or first to build this or like actual
I mean-
challenges.
We could do MIDI challenges along the way.
Not necessarily Minecraft, but just like something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Conan.
So, before the podcast, I asked Shaun to take a picture of his trophy score and all that crap. So, in my head, I had the idea of whatever score we have, whatever totals we both have, we have to get to Worldcast 150, and the person with the highest amount of gained total score wins.
Yeah, after you just got yourself 20 filthy platinums, you son of a bitch.
I know. So that was just my idea.
But again,
So-
that's a platinum thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. You don't have to platinum.
Well,
that's
no,
how
but
you
you get
score.
you get more score from platinums and gold.
Maybe, maybe not.
No, that's a fact.
Maybe, maybe not.
What?
Right,
Do I
anyway,
need to show
so
you the PlayStation manual?
That's gonna be
Yeah.
a long time.
question
And I'm
2.
I'm out.
When is the cut-off point for the Marmite Challenge? So I originally thought Worldcast 200, but then
That's a
Alex
long
said
time.
then Alex said 150. Or we can just say to the end of this year. What do people think?
Like for the first podcast of 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, I mean, it's not up to me because like I'd be okay with that, I guess, even though you cheated up into leading up into it. But like
I didn't cheat. No one set the rules, and this is a time we're setting up the rules.
but like Jazz was like super duper behind, so that doesn't seem fair.
I'm not super behind. I gave up. I quit. It
Well,
got
no,
way
no,
too competitive and I quit.
yeah.
Well,
That
this
too.
is the thing. Everyone starts at 0 again. So whatever, just take note of whatever total you have, and that just, in your mind, think that's 0. And whenever you get to broadcast 150 or New Year or whatever, you see how many points you added up.
Hmm.
I'm not in that. I want to be able to enjoy playing games for the story and the adventure. I don't want to have to I think that's why I mostly backed out. Because if it becomes all about like points and trophies, then I don't enjoy the game.
I mean, I would still just play the games that I want to play anyway, but yeah, I don't know. We'll have to work out the details.
Sounds like to
Off
be
the-
continued.
Yeah. We'll figure things out in between the podcast, and then we'll come up with a game plan, and then we'll go from there.
Come up with some comments, people, so then
Yeah,
we can
we're
hear your
open to ideas,
But
unless they're dumb ones.
let's say in a scenario that we did have an agreed thingamabob, would you partake in the Marmite Challenge?
Yeah, I think we already agreed to doing it. We just got to work out the
Good,
details.
good. Right, people, just set up some rules.
No, don't
Alex,
put the
read your
rules in
comments.
their hands. Fuck that.
Have people send you like videos of them describing why their challenge should be picked as the challenge. Join like,
While
make the
eating
team and join
Marmites.
it. Or like it can be a commentary over a video game or like you talking to the camera, but just like give us a challenge, but tell us why. We'll have to have a contest.
Yeah.
Involve the community.
Yeah.
Community.
I actually have a good idea for a community weekly thing that we can do as well. But it's not ready. More on that later.
Oh.
7 meters.
So, what?
Social
Okay,
distance.
let's read your comments. Sure, take it away.
Okay, so we don't have time to do the survival horror topic. No. We'll do it next time.
No, you said that last time.
I know, but it's fine.
I'm sad now.
Don't be sad. Well, fine. We'll do it for Jazz. So she doesn't cry like a little baby.
Wow. Okay. Next week on podcast.
You know what? I'm
Jazz misses her first podcast.
Wow. Okay, here we go. Survival horror topic. Yeah. So, Resident Evil has been
destroyed.
Basically. No, I mean, Resident Evil has been about as all over the place as you can get. You know, we've seen remakes and remasters and essentially a reboot in the case of Resident Evil 3 Remake, because that was almost a fucking reboot there. It's turned into an action game. It's been a multiplayer game multiple times. It's been a rail shooter. First person fucking golfing, basically, if you include Resident Evil Gaiden, because that's how that game plays. Fucking golfing game. Fucking piece of shit. And then now you have the future of the franchise, you know, looking less like Resident Evil than it ever has before, and that's saying a lot. That being said, what do you think Capcom should do with the franchise? Is it time to call it quits, like reboot it and start fresh, remake it again, go back to tank controls? Like what do you think they should do as far as Resident Evil goes for the future? If you could change the direction or redo it or whatever the fuck, if you had control, like what would you want it to become, or what would your next game be?
I think since, you know, they are doing remakes or reimaginings, as some people have seen it, they should just, you know, kill the characters or end the story of Resident Evil so that it's done. So that concept of Resident Evil is done. And then down the line, if they want to, they can do another reimagining of the story.
So your next step would be another sequel, but end it?
Yeah, just, you know, give some kind of closure on some of the characters at least, and then that'll be it. And then if people want to, you know, if Capcom want to do it again, they can do. They just have a different imagining. They can make another game of it, but just told in a different aspect, a different bit like the Castlevania games and everything else, you know.
That'd be really hard to do in like one game to wrap up this story and just give it like an ending, because
okay, one or two.
What?
Okay, 1 or 2 games. Just wrap it up. End it.
It feels like it's kind of canceling itself at that point though, because they're just so all over the place and there's so many things going on. Like fuck, you've also got like Revelations and the spin-off games and all these other things, and then it feels like those are just getting axed. And then what would that game be? Like what would the new game be? Would it be first person? Would it be third person? Would it be tank controls? Like how would they even, like what would that even look like?
Garbage.
Well, that's why you do the reimaginings. That's why they add 2 and 3, you know.
So it would play like that?
Yeah.
But it still feels weird because it's like you had first person 7, then 2 remakes in third person, and then 8's back to first person, and then 9 is fucking third person again. Like what the fuck?
That's 9's gonna be a bird view, you know.
It's a fucking strategy RPG. Telling you, it needs to be a kart racer.
That would be pretty funny.
Bring down Umbrella in a go-kart.
Yes.
Hi.
Your thoughts?
Thoughts?
Yes.
I think they should stop the series and just like finish off with doing reboots, or not like remakes, reboots, whatever, like they have been. But again, that leaves like, I get that Resident Evil Remake was done already for the first one, but like they should do the style that they did for 2 and 3, like the over the shoulder, really awesome details for it, and then make their way up like 1, 2, 3, Code Veronica 4. Even though 4 doesn't really need it, but it's already a thing, and I've made my peace with that. But like, it feels like they're kind of all over the place. Like if they did 2 and 3, they should have done Code Veronica before 4 because you're following the timeline or whatever, and just stop with the new ones and then focus on your other games because you're neglecting like Dino Crisis and shit. Do that.
It's hard to say though with Dino Crisis because I kind of get why they're hesitant to do Dino Crisis, just because I don't like I think I mentioned before there just doesn't seem like a market. I don't think it's going to sell very well, and I feel like they know that, so it's hard to ask them to make something that everybody knows is probably going to fail. As much as we want it would be nice, but is it worth it for them to make that? Probably not.
Right, I've got a question for you concerning Dino Crisis. If it was remade or, did a new thing, would you think the dinosaurs would be in feathers or like the lizard thing?
That would be terrible if they did the feathers. I would boycott it immediately.
It's just interesting because like a lot of scientists are just like, oh, they have feathers.
Yeah, but it's just like when you think of dinosaurs, you have a mental image, and it's not that. You want something different. You want the traditional dinosaur. And I feel like if they're all feathery and shit, it's just not going to be as intimidating.
Can you imagine a T-Rex with feathers?
No, I can't, and I don't want to.
Trying to flap his little arms, trying to fly.
Making chicken noises.
Lays an egg.
Oh, stop it. You've got to give me ideas.
Putting a feather in your cap.
Wow. Yeah, it's funny, Jazz. You kind of have the same idea that I was thinking, as far as like kind of going back and starting over, like canceling everything. Like if I had known what they planned for Resident Evil 8, then that's kind of what I would want. I would have preferred they just essentially start over with the remake 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever. Go through everything, fix, because if you go through everything, you start at the beginning. You're setting an expectation, right? You're remaking 1, and that's the tone. This is how it's going to play. This is what you're going to expect. And then go through all of them so that they're consistent, Fix 4, 5, and 6 so that they fall in line with the rest of the franchise and everything feels concise and together. You can still make those, try to make them as close to what they were before, but also in line with what all the remakes are going to be, which is going to be the Resident Evil 2 and 3 remakes, over the shoulder, that kind of gameplay style, but for everything. And that would be great. It just, you'd have everything would make sense and everything would feel good, and they could even fix, or they could have done 3 properly. They could have made it a real remake rather than like a reimagining or whatever, because that would have been the expectation set with 1, and everything would be good. I thought they were doing the right thing until 8, or even kind of with 3. 3 kind of is where things got shaky, because if they had just done 2 and then done 3 in the exact same way that they did 2, and then they did 8 in that same style, I would have been okay. Well, a different 8, not the 8 that we know. An 8 that made sense and that felt like it would fit into the rest of the series, and they put that in the same gameplay style, the third person over the shoulder kind of style like they did with 2 and 3, that would have made sense. It would have been a course correct. They would have made everything consistent again. Everything would have felt good. Perfect. They got things in line. Things weren't messy. Things weren't confusing. We weren't bouncing back and forth between first person and third person and doing all these weird things. Everything would have been fixed. That would have been great. 7. But now,
don't you think you would have got tired of everything being tank controls, or just being one thing?
Not me. No, that's why I like
the series.
Yeah, that's why I play these games. And if you remade everything in one style, it'd be the same thing. It's right. It's like, okay, we're remaking or restarting the series, and it's going to be this. So 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, should also be that. You're setting that expectation as to what this game series is going to be going forward, and that's what I want, right? Just like I would like Resident Evil to be tank controls from beginning to end, because that's what I want. That's what I expected at the time until they started changing things. But it's like, set the expectation for what this thing is going to be and stick to it and just make it better. Add to it game after game, but keep it the same, keep it similar, so that it feels like what the first one was, which was the reason why you started playing this franchise to begin with. But as a substitute, I would have settled for, Resident Evil kind of got crazy and got out of control and we started fucking up and we didn't know what we were doing, but now we fixed it. Now it's this, and it's going to continue to be this, and this is good. Great. That's perfectly fine. But when you're going back and forth, first person, third person, whatever the action, horror, like, what the fuck are you? What is this series? I don't even know. They don't know. And that's why I think things need to just stop. You fucked it up. You fucked up too many times. I would like an ending to it, but honestly, I'm not even going to be satisfied with that ending, because whatever the fuck Resident Evil 8 is going to be, I don't want it. I don't like it. I don't even really need to see an ending to whatever the fuck that story's going to be, because it's garbage. So I'd rather just stop, reboot it, start at 1, have proper expectations, make it horror, make it, approach it like the original Resident Evil remake. Do that again with 1, but make it play like Resident Evil 2 and 3 remake, over the shoulder, third person, because that's more marketable and more people are going to be interested in buying a game like that. So make it play like that, make it horror, but make it like the original remake, Add more content to the mansion, add more depth to the gameplay, add more puzzles, make it so that it's recognizable, so that it still feels like the original Resident Evil, but you're adding enough content on top of what was already there to make it interesting and new. And then you've got a great game, and then you can continue to remake the games with that model going forward, and then set everything straight. Even 4, make that 4 is a great game, but that was kind of the departure. You could take that opportunity to put that more in line with the original 3, and then keep going from there. Be great. Or you could even split it off, change it from there, do 1, 2, and 3, and then since 4 is kind of like where it lost its identity, stop it there. Instead of remaking anything beyond 3, you could just do a new timeline.
Interesting.
Which would kind of suck, because I do like things about 4, 5, and 6. I like 4 as a game in general. But I don't know if they could come up with a resolution where it doesn't feel like it loses its way, where it doesn't feel like a different game, unless you redid it entirely. Maybe take a step back and do one of the canceled versions of 4, where it felt more like a Resident Evil game, not the fucking ghosts and shit. Don't do that one. But or even take like an idea of what the canceled version was and retool it, remove the shit that doesn't make sense, rebuild it, but you kind of have like a basis to start with, and then you can make it make sense and make it work in that gameplay style. And that would be interesting alone. Like, there would be enough interest in that alone to get people excited about Resident Evil again, just because so many Resident Evil fans just wanted to know what the fuck was going on with those canceled games, and just the buzz about, hey, we're going back to that concept and we're doing something with that would be an exciting premise. I feel like that's kind of the only thing that they can do to make it work again, to get people invested again, especially me, which sucks because I just, from here, I can't see an interesting Resident Evil future with 8, unless Resident Evil 9 fucking ignores 8, which means they would have to ignore 7 as well, which they're not going to do. And again, then we're just going back into the mess that is Resident Evil. Then it gets more confusing. It's like, oh, now 7 and 8 don't exist, and what's this game? And I don't fucking know. It's just such a disaster at this point. I feel like they have to start over in some fashion, even if they just reboot it as something completely different, which I honestly wouldn't want them to do. I'd rather them do that remake approach, but that doesn't seem like something that a publisher would typically do, especially now since they already rebooted, or not rebooted, but remade these games. Like, they're not going to go back and remake them again. I feel like that opportunity came and went. They would have had to have started over at the beginning and worked their way up, or not. Since they already remade 2 and 3, that bed's made. It's done. It is what it is. They have to move forward from there. So, yeah.
Resident Evil.
The opportunity came and went, and they fucked it up. This was their opportunity to steer things in the right direction, and they fucked it all up.
I'm glad to hear you say that.
Why?
Because
you like me to suffer?
You see that Resident Evil 7 was the start of a bad thing.
Resident Evil 4 was the start of the bad thing.
No, I like Resident Evil 4.
So
I
do
like
I.
Resident Evil 5.
So
I like
do
Resident
I.
Evil 6.
So do I.
7? No.
I like 7 as well.
Why? It's even.
But 4 fucked it up. 5 made it worse. 6 fucking destroyed everything. 7, I mean, depending on who's playing it, it's just as bad as 4, where like it's not really Resident Evil. Doesn't matter how good of a game it is, it's not Resident Evil. It's not what I want. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. There you go. Resident Evil's dead.
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of the idea. It's like, since Resident Evil's dead, what would you do to fix it?
Yeah.
But I guess you could kind of take our idea of, remaking 1 through 6 or 1 through whatever, but it would have to happen in a long time. It'd have to happen in like 15 years, 20 years or something down the road, where...
we'll be dead by then.
Probably. But it's like, that's what they have to do. It's like, either continue to go down this messy, fucked up road and just slowly bleed out fans into the point where nobody cares and it dies, or just shut it down now and give people time to heal or whatever, or to die, and then you can get a new audience or whatever, and then you can remake it down the road. Stupid Resident Evil. How dare you?
It feels like our time is coming up.
Yeah, are we gonna die? Oh no.
Well, probably.
Jesus.
Look, I accepted I'm going to die a long time ago. It's fine. I'm fine with it.
Wow. You're like, I'm already past my prime. I should have died 10 years ago.
Yeah, I've been dead for 20 years.
I've been dead inside for 20
I
years.
don't know if you guys know, but I'm a ghost.
Wasn't that some uplifting Resident Evil conversation?
Yeah!
The bottom line is, we're all going to be dead before a good game comes out.
Basically, yes. We're all going to die, and they're going to restart Resident Evil, and it doesn't matter.
Play new games, play retro ones instead, and fuck it.
Yep. All the remakes would be fucking digital only anyways, and they'll cost like $100 a piece. So
they'll be their own console.
Wow.
Resident Evil 2, the console. Now playing Fortnight.
They're all games as a service.
All the games turn into Fortnite.
No. What is that? What does that even mean? Fortnite changed too.
Exactly.
It's just going to change and evolve into whatever the fuck it wants. It's going to mutate. Like a BOW. This has been episode 93. Thanks for hanging out with our positivity this episode, everybody. It's been an uplifting episode. If you enjoyed today's episode, give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more depressing content. You can help support The Ward at patreon.com/TheWardProductions to help us pay the bills and grow the things. Leave a comment for a chance for us to read it on the show like we did today, or you can reach out to me directly on Twitter at TheWardPro or via the contact page at the-ward.com. Have yourself a good week and enjoy Resident Evil? ?
Happy New Year.
Happy 4th of January, lie.
Yeah.
Happy dicks.
Bye.
Bye. You know what?
You know what?